Hiya, this is Chef Cha-Cha Dave. Actually, tonight we were going to film this in front of a live studio audience. I came in to do my presentation and no one was here, they all left. And then the crew told me that they didn't like me. They didn't like my attitude. I'm a very lovable guy. I'm a little gregarious, but at any rate, I will do this anyway. I'll do the best that I can. My heart's a little heavy, but I'll get over it because food always makes me happy. At any rate, what I'm making tonight is pan-seared steak. Okay, I have two Petite sirloin steaks here. They're beautiful, with mushroom, and I'm going to have some onions in there too, and with bacon, and that's the sauce that's going to go on top of that. So the first thing I'm going to do, the pan is nice and hot here. I'm going to pepper this and salt it, and it should be heavy so you get a little bit of a crust, and you want to do both sides. This steak is really a good steak. This has some marbling in here, okay, and in the pan I cooked my bacon in this pan and I left the grease. It was only 2 slices of bacon for this recipe, and I put a little butter in it, and a little bit of olive oil. Okay, so we're going to start this. Alright, and you want to sear this. You can hear it searing, and it's probably about 5 minutes on each side. I'm going to even bring it all the way up to the top. I'm going to try to cook this medium rare. Some people don't like it rare. I like it rare, but I'm going to make it medium rare. And this is a dinner for 2. It's like a romantic dinner. There's going to be baked potato with it and some asparagus at the end. So it's going to be really a very, very wonderful dinner for 2 people who are out on a date or at home. Someone makes this for them and they can sit down and be together. So while this is searing, okay, we'll cut away and I'll flip them over, and then I'll show you how to render the sauce. Okay, now I'm back and the steaks look beautiful, okay? They're probably a little rare right now, but then I'm going to take them off, put them on this plate, cover them with silver foil, and they'll be medium rare by the time that I have everything else done. So I put a little silver foil over the top. Not too, I don't want them to steam, okay? I'll move that over on the side. Now, in the pan right now, I'm going to raise it a little bit more, my heat. I'm going to throw in my mushrooms. Okay, and I have some green onions, scallions. Okay, and some garlic, which has been chopped. A tiny little bit more of olive oil, but not too much, just because there's plenty of oil in there. Okay, and so I want to move that all around. I want to try to get these little pieces of the crust of the steak into the sauce. I'll deglaze the pan in a minute. I'm going to put some wine in here. I neglected to say that earlier on. Amor actually reminded me that I forgot that. That's okay. I'm glad he did, because I need that help. Now, this bacon, which I fried, alright, now it needs to be cut in chunks like this. And that gets thrown in there. It's already cooked. Okay, stir that around. I'm going to raise the heat a little bit more. See all that? That's where the flavor is. All of those little burnt pieces that are in the pan from the steak. You want the mushrooms to get nice and brown, and it should be high heat. Okay, then I'm putting a little bit of honey in here. Alright, the honey is going to thicken it and also give it a little bit of sweetness, which really works very well with this. Okay, I'm going to put a little parsley in there. A little salt and pepper. And then I'm going to deglaze this with some red wine. Let that come back to a boil. Okay, and while this is simmering, because I want it to simmer for a little while to get all the flavors together, we'll be back and I will plate everything up. Okay, I'm back now to plate up this wonderful dinner for two, a very romantic dinner. Here's the steaks. They look absolutely fantastic. I'm going to put everything on a big platter. Usually then it's served with two plates on the side. It can be sliced. I'm not going to slice this. I'm going to just leave it like this. Okay? Put the juice on top of those steaks. Okay? And now, on the top of the steak goes this mushroom and bacon and wine sauce. There's olive oil and butter in here that goes on top of those steaks. Boy, this looks really good. My mouth is watering. I wish there was some wine left in that bottle, but I emptied it. Okay, so that goes like that. That wine with this steak is terrific. Then we're going to serve this with baked potato, with sour cream. It doesn't need butter. It's so rich that you don't need that. Each person gets a baked potato, a little sour cream on top of that. Okay, and then we're going to put a little parsley on top of that because that always looks great. Then we're going to put asparagus, which I steamed in my little Asian steamer here. Nice and al dente, not too much. Okay, and then there's onion rings which I fried in bacon grease instead of breading them. These are quite delicious. Okay, and it's just like a little garnish. A little parsley on that. And then I like to put a little green onion on top of all of this. And then I'm going to use my chef's towel. That's what it's for. Okay, pour a little wine for the two guests. By the way, this is the same terrible wine that I used in another video. I can't help it. I have to use it. And look at this, huh? We have. Let me move all of this out of the way. Two nice glasses of wine. Two dinner plates. You can get two dinner plates. This gets all nice and sliced on a bias, and it is a delicious meal. A little salt and pepper, just a little on the asparagus. This truly looks good enough to eat, alright? And it's a wonderful dinner for two people, alright? When they want to have a romantic dinner, they're just two people together. At any rate, try the Pince seared steak. It's quite good. It doesn't have to go on the grill outside. It's very good. And I will see you next time. Bye.